Hello. Today let's see what is process approach. Process approach treats all writing as a creative act which requires time and positive feedback to be done well. In process writing, the teacher moves away from being someone who sets students a writing topic and receives the finished product for correction without any intervention in writing process itself. Why should teachers be interested in a process approach to writing? So, according to White and Arndt, say that focusing on language errors improves neither grammatical accuracy nor writing fluency. And they suggest instead that paying attention to what the students say will show an improvement in writing. Even research also says that feedback is more useful between drafts, not when it is done at the end of the task, after the students hand in their composition to the be marked. Corrections written on compositions written to the student after the process has finished seem to do little to improve their writing. The changing roles of a teacher and students. The teacher needs to move away from being a marker to a reader, responding to the content of the student writing more than the form. Students should be encouraged to think about audience. Who is the writing for? What does the reader need to know? Students also need to realize that what they put down on paper can be changed. Things can be deleted, added, restructured, reorganized, so on, so forth. What stages are there in a process approach to writing? Though there are many ways of approaching process writing, it can be broken down into three stages. Free writing. In pre-writing stage, the teacher needs to stimulate students' creativity to get them thinking how to approach a writing topic. In this stage, the most important thing is the flow of ideas, and it is not always necessary that students actually produce much of written work. If they do, then the teacher can contribute with advice on how to improve their initial ideas. Next, focusing ideas. During this stage, students write without much attention to the accuracy of their work or the organization. The most important feature is meaning. Here, the teacher or other students should concentrate on the content of the writing. Is it coherent? Is there anything missing? Anything extra required? Or next, evaluating, structuring, and editing. Now, the writing is adapted to a readership. Students should focus more on form and on producing a finished piece of work. The teacher can help with error correction and give organizational advice. Classroom activities. Here are some ideas for classroom activities related to this pre-writing, focusing ideas, evaluating, structuring, editing stages. First, pre-writing. In pre-writing, brainstorming, getting started can be difficult, so students divide into groups, quickly produce words and ideas about the writing. Planning. Students make a plan of the writing before they start. These plans can be compared and discussed in groups before writing takes place. Generating ideas. Discovery takes such as cubing. Students write quickly about the subject in six different ways. They describe it, compare it, associate it, analyze it, apply it, argue for or against it. Questioning. In groups, the idea is to generate lots of questions about the topic. This helps students focus upon audience as they consider what the reader needs to know. The answers to these questions will form the basis of the composition. And discussion and debate. The teacher helps students with topics, helping them develop ideas in a positive and encouraging way. Focusing ideas. Fast writing. The students write quickly on a topic for 5 to 10 minutes without worrying about correct language or punctuation. Writing as quickly as possible. If they cannot think of a word, they leave a space or write it in their own language. The important thing is to keep writing. Later, this text is revised. Group compositions. Working together in groups, sharing their ideas in group. This collaborative writing is especially valuable as it involves other skills like speaking when they communicate with other members. Changing viewpoints. A good writing activity is to follow or role play or storytelling activity. Different students choose different points of view and think about or discuss what this character would write in a daily witness statement or etc. Varying from similar to the activity above, instead of different viewpoints, different text types are also selected. How would the text be different if it were written as a letter or newspaper article, so on and so forth? Evaluating and structuring and editing. Ordering. Students take the notes written in one of the free writing activities above, they organize them. What would come first? Why? Here it is good to tell them to start with information known to the reader before moving on what the reader does not know. Self editing. A good writer must learn how to evaluate their own language to improve through checking their own text, looking for errors, structure. This way, students will become better writers. Peer editing and proofreading. Here, the texts are interchanged and evaluation is done by other students. In the real world, it is common for writers to ask friends and colleagues to check text for spelling, etc. You could also ask the students to reduce the text, to edit them, concentrating on the most important information. The importance of feedback. It takes a lot of time and effort to write, and so it is only fair that student writing is responded to suitability. Positive comments can help build student confidence and create good feeling for their next writing class. It also aids if the reader is more than just the teacher. Class magazines, swapping letters with other classes, so on, can provide an essay easy solution to providing a real audience. Writing as communication. Process writing is a move away from students writing to test their language towards the communication of ideas, feelings, and experiences. It provides the more classroom time is spent on writing, but as the previously outlined activities show, there is more than just writing happening during a session dedicated to process writing. Potential problems. Writing is a complex process and can lead to learner frustration. As with speaking, it is necessary to provide a supportive environment for the students and be patient. This approach needs that more time to be spent on writing in class, but as you have seen, not all classroom time is spent actually on writing. Thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel for more videos.